Good morning, guys. It's your old pal Brian. It's April 9th, a little after 10, I think about 10:30 in the morning. I'm getting a rare opportunity to fly a bunch. I've been flying for over an hour now. I think Rob does that before breakfast in the morning, that son of a gun. Sorry to hear that you're having problems with the gyro, Rob. I've been real lucky. I've tasked it pretty good this morning. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not as hard as you, and it's been flying well. Trying to get my mojo back. New transmitter, new gyro. These things are tough to get used to all in one lick, but let's see if I can get this where we can see it. I'm notoriously low and out of frame. Not having any problems with the gyro. I've dumbed down my pyro rates, as you have, Rob, but for different reasons. I'm not a skilled pilot, but not getting much in the way of bounce. I don't know if you can see it from this perspective or not, but they have a bunch of different versions of this. You know, they tweak the firmware as people would gripe on the web page. The company is actually pretty slick. They take into account people's concerns, particularly the 3D pilots. They're having a hard time with this gyro because they can't have bounce. Excuse me, allergies. I'm not getting any bounce. That's my LiPo timer, and it's falsing. I've had it for over a year and a half, and man, I've crashed it so hard into the ground that I'd find it 10 feet away from my model, and it sometimes beeps erroneously, or as my friend Simon would say, spuriously. Anyway, that's the tail if you can see it. I'm going to try to do it in different versions of frame. I'm not having any trouble. Hey, how'd you like those metal servos there, Rob? They would look good in your Cylon airship, I think. Methinks. Anyhow, getting a bunch of flying in this morning. Everything's just right. The weather, my schedule. I got to work this afternoon. We're working a boating under the influence detail this afternoon, and be a bunch of us out looking for drunk boaters. I don't quite have the nerve yet to do nose ends with this gyro and this transmitter. I'm kind of bringing it around real slow and just point it in my direction. But that perishable skill of hand-eye, I bring it around real slow like, but it's hard for me to remember to press down when the blades go down and press up when the blades go up. But I'll get that mojo back soon enough. It is funny how quickly hand-eye gets back to you. Doing a whole lot better than I did an hour ago this morning. If I hadn't mentioned, my 500 is down. I had kind of a sketchy tail servo on it. It buzzed and clicked and did stuff I didn't care for anyway, but I ran it for a long time, and I apparently ran it in the wrong frame rate. They call for 33 megahertz, but I probably should have done it in 250, but I think it's a sketchy tail servo to begin with. So I posted to the good guys out on the MEMS forum and asked them what version of tail, frankly, what version of cheap tail servo they've been using, and they gave me, I think it's a GoTech. So that'll be here in a couple of weeks, and until then, I'm just going to not fly it. I was thinking this morning while I was flying this thing how I just really enjoy the 450. I like the 500, but I love the 450, and I think it has to do with me not being afraid to fly it. You know, the 500 will kill you. This thing, if it crashed into you, I guess if it hits you just right, it could kill you. But well, it's just a great little front yard plier where I'm reticent to fly the 500 in my front yard, and that's about all the time I have to do it. I'm a pretty busy guy and I've got other projects. Anyway, guys, hope y'all are getting in some stick time. It's a beautiful day down here, and if you haven't seen already, we're going to be we're in spring full on. The trees have a nice bright green tint to them, and today it'll be 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and I think that's 735 degrees centigrade for those of you that are overseas. What else? That's about it. Not a whole lot going on blather wise. I hope, Rob, you could see the tail on this thing. It just sticks tighter than all get out. I don't remember the model number of my Hyperion tail servos, but they're the fastest on the market. They're about $30 a piece. You get them from A-Main Hobbies, and the only reason I got them was because the fellow that mentored me originally swore by them. They're not even warm after I'm done, you know, jacking this thing around. Yeah, I'm kind of a whore when it comes to parts and pieces, and I really don't care what I buy as long as it works properly and it's relatively inexpensive. And these MIMs are working for me. My experience with the HK401B has been great in the beginning, and then I started getting them with less than great quality control, and kind of wanted an alternative and headed in this direction, and I'm really pleased. I got 3 in the box that I think are version 2s, but these are working great. I may, since I have to reset up my tail servo on the 500, see about the virtues of putting on a version 2 MIMS gyro. See how that works. Anywho, that's my bird. She's running pretty smooth, still got a bunch of HK parts on her. The tail is not bobbing at all. That's about as close as I want to be to that 11,000 RPM buzzsaw. So hopefully you can see it. What do you think? Alright, Rob, I hope you're having a great day, and the rest of you folks as well. And see ya.